9.5 years old. It's a colleague's dog, a veterinarian. Dog was extremely crippled by this supraspinatus tendinosis and synovitis, according to the radiologist, board-certified radiologist, and to the point where non-steroidals were not working. This dog also had inflammatory bowel disease since it was 8 months old, and now it's 9.5 years old. So I got that full history before I went down to the NAVC, and it was really interesting. The veterinarian had written it up for me. And, the poor dog was suffering, obviously, because it was extremely painful. She did a protocol. She asked for some advice. She did a protocol of 3 injections, injected them right around the tendons, and also gave intravenous. And as you can see, the ones on the bottom, the upper left shoulder, the worst one, that happens to be the right shoulder of the dog. And then right below it is 6 months later. You can see that it's not completely cleared up, the calcifications, but these stem cells are doing something remarkable. On the left side, it's pretty much cleared up, on the right side of your screen, but the left shoulder. The bottom part is 6 months later. She re-injected this dog. These x-rays were taken January 18th, and I think the first ones, it was 6 months later, I'm sorry, were taken November 18th, and the first ones were May 18th on top. She, on January 18th, re-injected the dog again, and I asked her why, and it's because she has bank cells, and she said, I'm never going to let this come back to my dog again. She, just like the clients, we understand it. We all feel for these animals, and she doesn't care any longer about the study, whether those 3 injections were enough to make all of these calcifications disappear and the pain disappear or not. She's going to continue re-injecting her dog every 6 months for the rest of its life, or sooner if she feels it needs it. But the pain is gone. The lameness is completely resolved. And, oh, by the way, I love saying it that way, oh, by the way, the inflammatory bowel disease has dramatically resolved. And what do I mean by dramatically? She keeps it off the pred. She says every so often with stress she has to give a little bit of pred, but it was on continuous pred since it was 8 months old, continuous pred every day. And so pretty remarkable to see an immune-mediated disease like this, like inflammatory bowel disease in a Rottweiler, and to see these kinds of painful calcifications that can occur in synovitis and that can occur in joints for unknown reasons, and then resolve them. Where years ago, 3-4 years ago, we had nothing. We had steroids. We had non-steroidals, we had joint injections and steroids. That was it. And I don't know, I've been around long enough to have seen cases like this. We did not make these dogs better. Her dog is pain-free. And this is a colleague. If you can't imagine what she thinks about stem cells, I know you can't imagine. Dr. Newman, this is his case, and they treated this and did bilateral hip dysplasia, decided it needed bilateral hip replacements. So obviously they're going to do one at a time, and then 3 months later come back and do the other one. Well, Dr. Newman was able to get the owner and the orthopedist to agree to treat that other hip, the non-replaced side, with stem cells, adipose stem cells, at the same time they put it in the hip. So 3 months later, the orthopedist, you can see these little wings. Can they see this on there? Yeah, the wings on this. You can see that this pelvis was lined up very well on this next slide. Those wings are in the same places. And you look at this joint over here on the left hip, and it's doing much better, less sclerosis and less osteophytes is what it looks like to me. The right hip was doing well. They broke the bone. They had to put in some screws, but this left hip is doing well. And I guess this dog, this is the before of that left hip and the after. And same view, the before and the after. And you can see that there's less sclerosis in there. And that dog's still doing well on that hip, Tom?
Yeah, doing very well. Actually, we're going to do that dog. She's a teacher, so we're going to do that dog again, spring break, and bank cells.
Oh, nice.